are back, episode 111 here of Journey to Million on this Wednesday night. Myself, Drew Skyberg, joined alongside Jared Valesky here. And Jared, how's it going? I know the football, the Badger hat's on for a reason.
We're moving on here. I mean, we're on to the next sport. We got Bucks, we got Badgers, we got baseball coming up. I don't know.
You got the Craig Council, Jared. They're going to that game Memorial Day.
Are you?
Brewers,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still gonna watch football, but after a loss like that, it's kind of demoralizing. Kind of hurts to watch the Texans play, knowing that should be you guys. It sucks.
Okay, what do you guys? Okay, if you guys played the Browns, I don't know. I just feel like Indy, like the home field advantage. Like the fans were wild last week.
We basically beat Cleveland last week. Last time we played them, that was the game that we got kind of,
They call it the ref game.
Yeah. It's whatever. It's whatever. CJ Stroud, I mean, he looks great. He's going to be a star. It's going to be fun to watch him in the division against Richardson. But more focus I want to put on Trevor Lawrence, how terrible that was. I mean, this guy, I don't know, all year.
I don't know. That was because you know how they usually say like the third year thing for quarterbacks, especially like year 3 is going to be your breakout. So like with Josh Allen, and then just going down the line, like your third year is like that's like you should be popping off and like cementing yourself. And didn't really see that with Trevor Lawrence. He's had at this point like two or three good stretches in his career of like 4 games.
Yeah.
And the rest has been almost inconsistent at this point. Well, someone actually made a collage I saw on Twitter, just a mixtape of him missing wide open receivers in the end zone.
So I mean, the last season, they were around 500, and then the Titans were winning the division, and the Titans fell off, and they lost their 4 of their last 5, and then the Jaguars won their last 5 games. He went on a big streak. They made the playoffs. They beat the Chargers. That game. In the comeback game. Going into this year, everyone thought, Lawrence is going to take a step. They're going to easily win the division. And they're 8-3. So everyone thinks, yeah, of course. I mean, I said, obviously, I'm like, yeah, they won the division. I mean, it's over with. We'll get a wild card spot if we make it. And then they lose 4 of their last 5 and 9-8 or whatever it was. Just crazy. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah, now all the playoff shakes up because sure enough, they were in as the 4th seed ahead of right before week 18 and now out of the playoffs. So now we're looking at this week at least. Jared, I'm going to read through some of these the games we'll give our pick'ems here. We'll get Bernie Van Hoovel will be joining us. Just run it right now. It's going to be Jared and I here. So to start, right, Cleveland and Houston. What do you got in that one?
I got Cleveland. I know it's at Houston, and Stroud had a great year, but I mean, I don't know. It's not just Joe Flacco. It's just that whole team. It's Amari Cooper, it's their defense, Myles Garrett, their whole defense, that whole team's just been playing well. And I think a rookie quarterback, a first-year head coach, it just can't. It's not going to be. I think it ends here. I think that the Browns just have more veteran experience on that team.
Yep, and I think Cleveland, I got them winning too. But there's a reason why Sleeper did a discounted line for Saturday playoff game. They chose C.J. Stroud passing yards. Why do you think they chose that, Jared? Because come on, rookie quarterback playoffs against one of the toughest. Even if you look at fantasy points per game, like even bringing fantasy counting stats,
and they always do that because it's like oh yeah, the line looks amazing. Look at his last 5. It's yeah. Makes sense. I don't know. Is my screen lagging? Sorry, my screen was.
Anyways,
sorry.
Okay, no, you're good. We got a little latency thing, but we're good. I got Cleveland as well. They're gonna move on as the 5 seed, upset the 4. These 5-4 matchups, both the 5 seed is favorited for many reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have our Peacock game, infamous Peacock game,
Mahomes
Miami at Peacock. Kansas City, 7:00.
So
I got.
Who do you have? I want to know.
I got Kansas City. Miami is 0-10 in playoff games that are under 30 degrees, or not even just playoff regular season games. I mean, under 30 degrees. Oh,
see here.
What do you got? Yes.
So
he's here to save us, Bernie Vanden Heuvel.
So I don't know. I think that. Well, let's go to Bernie first. Bernie, we just talked about Houston and Cleveland. Who do you got in that game?
I think you have to take Cleveland.
That's what we said too.
Good man.
You talked about the Chiefs and the Dolphins. I think the Chiefs take that game again because not only the weather, I think they're just all around a more experienced team. So
like, I want to say yes, they're more experienced. I do want to add that I think the Dolphins are more talented at this time. I mean, the Chiefs have had a terrible year. For them, at least. It's been a bad year, but they're still the Chiefs. It's still an Arrowhead. They're not going to lose that game. They're going to win by 14, 20.
I think one thing to think about, too, is that any team can win any game. I mean, you look at the Cardinals. They beat the Eagles. I mean, it's the playoffs. Like, anybody can win. I mean, the Packers can beat the Cowboys, It's anything could possibly happen.
I got to say, I've seen a lot more Cowboys fans that are scared than I have seen Packer fans that are scared. Maybe that's because we're in Wisconsin, but I think Cowboys fans are kind of scared about this game.
Well, the Packers have nothing to lose in this game. I mean,
they shouldn't be there. It's a rebuilding.
I mean, all the pressure's on the Cowboys to win that game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they haven't won a playoff game in 30 years, whatever it's been.
A while. But I mean, the Packers, even if they lose, the season's been a success because they got playoff experience and they kind of found like a really good core.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just playing to play.
Yeah, and that Packer. So I think big reason why too, Jared, is Packers have won the last 4 meetings between the Cowboys and Packers, and then also, although that game is right now, it's Cowboys -7.5 is what we're looking at.
So I would take the Packers spread. Is it spread? Is that what it is? Yeah. But I think that I'm sorry. I do think the Cowboys will win. I think it'll be close, but I think it'll be like a 3 to 4 point game. Cowboys are going to win, but
so that's
Packers will put up a good fight.
Yeah, the Sunday noon game, in my opinion, is the worst playoff game. It's that one or the Saturday at 3:30. There's a reason why these are the first two.
Yeah.
Buffalo, Pittsburgh. Buffalo's 10-point favorites. Jared, they Buffalo Bills. I'm kidding.
So they say anything can happen in the playoffs, but I couldn't see a world where Buffalo loses this game. I don't know.
Yeah, same. I think Mason Rudolph starting is one thing, but the other thing, you're without your best pass rusher. You're without the defensive player of the year.
Mm-hmm. The one player that's on your team that's been consistent all year and held your defense together. There's no chance for them in this game.
Mason Rudolph legacy game in the making.
I mean, he's 3-0 so far, right? This year.
Doesn't he lead the league in passer rating or something?
I mean, yeah, they've played the Ravens didn't have their starters, but it was Ravens. They played who else did they beat? I don't know. Oh, there goes Drew. Huh. I don't know who else they played, but he's looked good. I mean, he doesn't have to throw for 400 yards a game for them to win either. That's the thing. It's all their defense basically. So
yeah. I think overall, though, regardless, the playoffs this year are going to be a show. I mean, you couldn't have really drawn it up much better.
Sure, you could have. You could have put the Colts as the 4th seed and the Texans out, but I mean, that's just
if someone would have caught the ball.
Yeah. So I said this. Maybe it's just me being salty that the Colts aren't there. I think this NFL season was, it was enjoyable, but it was very unfortunate. Just injuries everywhere. That I think that it's any team that made it, oh, he's back. There he is.
Hi guys. I don't know. I got one week left of having this kind of internet connection, so hopefully it clears up. But
no, I texted Drew. I said that this playoffs is just, I don't know. I feel like it's very unfortunate because all the Joe Burrow got hurt. We can go on and on. Lawrence, Richardson, everyone. Not Lawrence, Herbert. Sorry, a lot of quarterbacks got hurt, and that's why it's if your team made it. Look at the Browns; they made it because Joe Flacco went on a miraculous run. They lost to Deshaun Watson. The Bengals lost Joe Burrow, they miss. Colts lost Richardson, they miss. There's been so many injuries. The Jets lost Rodgers, that's why they probably miss. Like, there's so many quarterbacks that got hurt, and that's the reason that their team missed. So I think next year is going to be a lot more competitive if it stays like the AFC looked amazing this year until the quarterbacks got hurt, and then we kind of knew which teams were going to make it. We knew the Bills would be there. We knew that the Browns were going to be there pretty late in the season, but it was just that 7 seed between Colts, Texans, Steelers. Even the Steelers, they lost their quarterback. It's a year of just weird injuries.
That was the seed we had the Jets, taking, right? I mean, they would have been one of those, like to your point, like injuries really hindered kind of what we could have saw. And now we get a Buffalo 10-point favorite game where at Buffalo, it's going to be a tough one. What about probably the best, or the one we're most looking forward to is Detroit, Los Angeles, at Ford Field. It's going to be a good one. 3-point favorites only is Detroit. What do we think about that?
That's my upset.
Yeah, you do have, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a common upset. Everyone has, I mean, even Packer fans, but everyone has the Rams winning that game, I think, just because Rams are looking good right now. Lions kind of, fell off a little bit at the end of the season, but.
Is Laporta playing?
No, he's out.
They're playing for the Cowboys to lose the Commanders when they're 13.5-point favorites. And then you lose you lose him, and then Brian Branch also, he's going to be he'll be fine though, it sounds like, but they lost him in that game for injury too. And I'm concerned with Detroit too. That defense is not good. Rams offense has been playing phenomenal. They have so many weapons, right? I mean, when Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp, the duo, and then Kyron Williams, the GOAT, the baby goat.
I like that Rams team. I don't know. I've always liked the Rams team. I like Stafford. Obviously, I've always had Kyron Williams. I've been high on him for 2 years now, but holding on to him on my team, he's been good this year. So
they're an experienced team too in the playoffs. I mean, a lot of those guys have been in these bigger moments. Even, I mean, like they have rookies or younger players like Kyron Williams and Puka Nacua, but I mean, just the overall roster, I think is going to help them be very, very successful this playoff run.
Well, this team just won the Super Bowl. I mean, not this team, but the Rams won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Or they had one bad year because Stafford got hurt, injuries. They had a few retired players. They lost a few spots, and now they're right back. And I think that I don't think they can win the Super Bowl, but I think that they could make a run, maybe win one, maybe 2 games if they're lucky. Who knows?
Yeah, so what would happen is, okay, so Jared goes with Dallas here. Let's say Dallas wins. Let's say the Rams win. The NFL is one of the sports that actually has reseeding. I think that's good. That's good for sports. So they have reseeding. So then the Rams would actually then go play the 1, and in this case, we're at San Francisco. So that's where I kind of see the Rams coming into they get the upset. Okay, that's great. They hope the Packers better win then. Otherwise, they got to go, and instead, they got to go play 49ers, and that's not the move.
So there's never been a 7 seed that won, by the way, in the playoffs. I'm sure you know that.
But it's expanded playoffs, Jared. We haven't had the 7 seed for that.
Well, yeah, years. It's been like three years now or whatever. But still, a 7 seed is like 0 for 4, 0 for whatever. Like they haven't won yet. So maybe we see it for the first time this year, but
not Pittsburgh. So it's got to be Green Bay.
Yeah, I don't think that either 7 seed wins, but if either 7 seed wins, I'm telling you, they could win 2-3 games in the playoffs if they win their first game.
One thing that I just was kind of thinking of was, so the Packers have some pretty bad experience, against certain teams in the playoffs. But if the Packers beat the Cowboys, that's already kind of like a slap in the face to Cowboys, whatever. But if they beat like the 49ers then in the next round because they played the 49ers,
now you're dreaming.
Even a bigger slap in the face to people like Aaron Rodgers. Not just
we're dreaming, Bernie. Pinch me.
They beat the 40. Bernie, that hasn't happened in years.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying that would just be the funniest storyline ever because Rodgers has lost to the 49ers like every year in the playoffs. So,
I mean, you can dream. Every team wants to win. You want your team to win. Do you think that they're going to win? Maybe not, but you never know.
I'm just saying, like, it'd just be really funny if it did happen. A boy can dream.
Yes. Okay, how about Monday
Wait,
Night
did
Football?
you say, hold on, did you say a boy can or did you say boy can? like
Will Boykins.
the Seahawks game, or was that wasn't Boykin? That was Bostic, wasn't it?
Brandon Bostic.
Bostic, yeah.
And instead of like being like, so you know how Tyler Goodson was very like, you know, acknowledged, right? Hey, like he took accountability. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Bostic to this day, like whenever it's the anniversary, anniversary of it, we'll repost and say haha or something. That was me or something.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
Yeah.
Why?
We don't need to
Okay.
talk anymore about Tyler Goodson. He's a great young player. He'll be good in the league. Just one bad whatever.
Definitely.
Next game is what?
Okay, Tampa Bay, Philly. What do we got in this one? Philly -3 is what Vegas is telling me.
I can see this being an upset.
Yeah, that's why
I still gotta take Philly.
It's all about who's hot at the right time. And Phillies, they look bad. They just lost to who?
Cardinals.
Giants, Cardinals. Yeah, like they look bad.
I feel like the who's hot thing, Jared, like that matters more in baseball. Like I don't know.
Does it though? I mean, the Packers look good. The Rams look good. That's why they're, people are taking them.
Oh no, you're right. You're right to that point. But like I don't know. Like it's still like it's a full football game. They gotta win. Like I don't know how hot you can be.
Yeah.
Like
I heard someone make the analogy that the Eagles defense is playing like a wet napkin right now, and if they keep playing like a wet napkin, then I mean the Buccaneers are pretty hot right now. Baker and Mike Evans and Mr. White, my fantasy legend player this year. I think they could pull off an upset, but I still think like to Drew's point, Eagles should be favored.
Yeah.
I mean, this team was what 8-0 this year, 6-0, whatever they were. I don't think they were 8-0. They're like 6 or 7-0.
They were 10-1.
Yeah, they were 10-1. Yeah, they
scuffled,
choked it all, but not as bad as the Jaguars, but they choked pretty bad. And God, I like making fun of the Jaguars now. That's funny. It's funny.
But yeah, they have Tampa projected to score 20 in this game. So like with the implied total being like 43.5 over under. It's gonna be an interesting one. That's again in Tampa, because the weak division always hosts the top team. I guess
I don't even know if I'm gonna watch that game. I don't know if I'm gonna watch any of these games, to be honest.
Oh come on, you're gonna watch some of these games. You're gonna watch the one on Peacock.
No, I won't. I'm not. I don't care who wins that game. I really don't. Actually, I do. I want the Dolphins to win because I don't like the Chiefs.
Did you guys see my Instagram story the other day regarding the Peacock games?
I think so. I might have. Depends on a very special website's going to get a lot of networking.
They're gonna. People are. Yeah, they're gonna have. That's gonna be a situation that Peacock's gotta come back and fight for.
I don't know. I don't know why they put games on Peacock. To be honest, I'm just saying I don't get it like at all because they put like primetime games on Peacock and people don't want to keep Peacock for 1, 2, 3 games out of the year and pay monthly. Like it's stupid. They did it with Amazon Prime, but people have Amazon Prime, so it makes more sense that way. Like they got to stop doing that. It's stupid.
To Bernie's point, now we're seeing a bunch of people like pirating stuff, and now they have to try to crack down on that. So now it creates a whole nother.
I mean, everyone's using streaming.
I didn't say anything about that.
I can't say that. I can't say that. Sorry, I can't say that.
But,
oops, wrong. I didn't say that.
Anyways, it's gonna be an interesting week though with that, and hopefully moving forward, hopefully they don't go farther with divisional or championship games. Because that's going to be a whole nother thing. But I'm hoping for a good week of wildcard games, as are you all. And I don't know, you guys got anything else this week before we roll into?
Well, we can talk about the retirement of 2 pretty big coaches.
True.
What'd you say, Drew? We couldn't quite hear you there.
Oh, did I cut out for a sec? Really?
A little bit.
Okay, Pete Carroll. What do we got?
He retired, but he's staying with the organization as an advisor. That's what I saw.
Is he?
Yeah.
Currently, yes, but he said he wanted to start. He wanted to continue. Okay, he didn't say it. He implied it felt he was going to explore potentially continuing coaching. I don't know. I think he still has a few years left in him, as he said. I wouldn't. I don't know. I think he'd be a guy who
How old is he? He's not even like that old. Is he?
he's like 73.
Yeah, he's pretty old.
Well, how old is like Andy Reid?
Not as
And
old.
Bill
He's in his
Belichick.
60s.
Belichick's pretty
Belichick's
old.
71.
Oh,
Saban
okay.
was
Never mind
73
then.
as well.
Okay. I do want to say prayers. I saw terrible things about Jim Irsay, so prayers to him, obviously. But I saw some awful comments under that. Oh, people are just terrible. Like telling him to lay off the drugs, and it's like this guy's battling illness right now. Like I know I'm more passionate because he's obviously my team's owner, but like anyone that's sick, you don't make fun of the guy. You don't wish ill will on people that are sick ever, no matter who it is. Like it's just terrible to do, and I don't know. Just read some of those comments under I think it was Bleacher Report or something. It made me sick. But
what do you guys think about the firing of Vrabel from the Titans?
dumb.
But I was surprised. I think the whole idea is they want a change of scenery, and that's this is one of my biggest pet peeves actually with what we've seen with coaches is where we've used the language fired or I don't know. I don't think Mike Vrabel does. Just 2 years ago, Coach of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And I think last year he was up for Coach of the Year too until they lost their last 4 games or whatever.
Yep.
I think if you look at Vrabel, the position that he was put in is like the polar opposite of what the Lions did with their team, because both coaches for both the Titans and the Lions were put into like not very good teams. I mean, the Titans at the time were arguably better than the Lions, but they sold all their pieces, got rid of a bunch of stuff, and didn't really give them a lot of help and a lot of wiggle room to be successful. The Lions, on the other hand, really invested into what they had, the young people, and didn't trade away their young players. And now look where they are now. I mean, I just think it's like a tale of two
Totally
different scenarios.
I mean, I just want to say they drafted Will Levis this year, and they're trying to work around this offense. I mean, they had traded away AJ Brown, they got DeAndre Hopkins, and they have this young quarterback who's in his first year, didn't play the whole year, and like you said, Drew, he was Coach of the Year 2 years ago. He could have been Coach of the Year last year if they won their last few games, and like look at DeMeco Ryans, look at Shane Steichen. They had first-year quarterbacks and they were first-year head coaches this year, and Vrabel was there for a few years. And if the Texans weren't winning games or the Colts, like they would probably be on the hot seat, but they wouldn't even be close to being fired because we just hired them. Like Mike Vrabel, he has this young quarterback who he's supposed to somehow turn around and just be this amazing player and make the playoffs this year. Like I don't know what they expect out of him. I thought it was a stupid firing. I really did. I don't understand why. I mean, as a Colts fan, I'm happy because like he was a good coach, and I'm happy to see him out of the division. I don't understand why they pulled the trigger so quick.
Yeah, and I don't know. I always have seen Mike Vrabel as like Dan Campbell before Dan Campbell was a thing. Like similar. Players coach wants to win, will always play to win. And now they're moving on, and I don't know. I think I was in our group chat. I was like, I think he's going to New England. I think if Belichick goes, I think he's going there. Former player, he fits the narrative. I don't know if that necessarily means he's going to go there, but the Titans have already have requested an interview with 2 guys, Aaron Glenn, so that's the Lions defensive coordinator, and then also Antonio Pierce, so that's all right with the Raiders. He might land a job.
Where do you think Belichick goes?
And I think they do something. He either stays with the team or does a Pete Carroll and goes into an advisor role. Yep.
I'm fully convinced he's going to the Chargers.
You're convinced he's going to go to a team?
I mean,
do you think it's going to be like a 5-year thing or?
I think so. The last thing that team wants is to ruin Justin Herbert's career. And I think that didn't he just get paid? Did Herbert get paid? Yeah, I thought he did.
Herbert did, yes. Yep.
Yeah. So he's with the team for a few more years. I think they're going to sign a veteran head coach, someone that can, coach this guy to his full potential, which I think that obviously Belichick can. I think Herbert still has talent in him. He just hasn't been able to prove it on that team.
I don't know if they would hire him though, because Belichick is a defensive coach. So
you see, I I do get that, and I always hated, like, that's the running thing around this podcast is that defensive head coaches don't work, and I've been saying that for years. But then you look at D'Amico Ryans this year, and he switched the whole narrative, and I don't even know what to think anymore because you see so many cases of defensive coaches not panning out, but now you see like D'Amico Ryans, and it's like, well, so it can work. You just have to have the right system around you. I don't know. I think that Herbert needs some veteran coach. It doesn't have to be Belichick, but just someone that can help him.
And Jared's point was with more of a young quarterback too. It's better to have an offensive minded coach with a young quarterback. And if you don't, you better have a top offensive coordinator. So the Chargers bring in Kellen Moore. That's where okay, bringing him in. We all think it implies that they're gonna he's gonna hand over like play calling. He's gonna be taking care of that. So bringing in a defensive guy. So listening to who they've all interviewed for their head coach spot. I think what do I got like 12 guys up here. Jeff Smith, Steve Wilkes, Todd Monken, Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson, Patrick Graham, Dan Quinn, Patrick Graham twice. Nice. Raheem Morris, Brian Callahan, Kellen Moore, and Leslie Frazier. So
I'm surprised Dan Quinn didn't get a full head coaching job yet because he's been in the rumors for so many years now. So
because I think Ben Johnson is going to go to Carolina or Atlanta is my pick on that.
I think Pierce is going to stay with the Raiders.
He should, but
I think they messed up with Rich Bisaccio a couple years ago. I think they're going to keep. They can't afford to fire another head coach and pay him. They can't afford that.
And realistically, we know Antonio Pierce is going to be a cheaper option than Jim Harbaugh, right? Mm-hmm. We know that. So that's where on that side too, Jared, you bring a great point. Are they going to? Because I follow a couple of Raiders pages. I know a guy who runs one, and they all want Antonio Pierce back. Like, I mean,
they do or they don't.
They do. They want him back. They are like when the Titans requested to interview him today. People in the comments I saw were like, were upset. They were like, Mark Davis better keep him here. They better request an interview too. Yeah. So it seems that's going to be one to monitor too. And we have, of course, GM spots too. What's up?
How about Mike McCarthy? Do you think he's on a hot spot at all if he loses early?
Jerry Jones said he's a big. Yeah, McCarthy, he basically said was safe, and he's a big reason why this team is where it's at. Like, he was like full-fledged defense, even if they lose Sunday.
Bernie, I'm curious what your thoughts are on Mike McCarthy.
Well, I think he butted heads too much with Rodgers in Green Bay because I think just play calling wise, Rodgers, he's a very intelligent person on the field, and I just don't think that they meshed very well. So bringing in a fresh coach at the time was very good because Rodgers could kind of get his way and kind of mold the offense more to what he wanted. I think McCarthy's a fine coach, but I wouldn't put him like in the upper echelon of coaches like Andy Reid or Belichick, who you can rely upon in a postseason unless you have like a really stacked team.
Yeah, I think that I see a lot of people hating on McCarthy because of the whole Rodgers thing and, him not being, like his experience here in Green Bay. I don't know. I watched the Packers when he was the coach in Green Bay. I thought he was fine. I mean, they got him to the he didn't get them to the Super Bowl, really. That was Rodgers, but it's mostly now he's on the Cowboys and they're good every single year. We go over offseason stuff every year. And this offseason, it was, wow, the Eagles got so much better and the Cowboys just got so much worse. But now the Cowboys win the division again. So it's like, you think that you look at the guy and you're like, yeah, he's not the best, which I don't think he is. I don't think he's a great coach. I think he gets overhated because every single year his team is competing. And I get that they have great talent around him. But I think he deserves a little credit for where they are. And maybe they're not there where they are now if Dak doesn't have an MVP type season. But I don't know. I think I've always kind of liked the guy, and I don't think that he deserves nearly as much hate as he gets. But like you said, he's not one of the top 5, 6, 7 coaches in the league.
Yeah, I think that's solid. I think a big part too is that defense. Especially when they play at home, that defense at home, that offense at home, home field advantage for them. It's just overall a huge aspect. And yeah, that team seems to be a really good regular season team. Very good.
Or they can win a playoff game now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we'll see if that happens. Okay, I pulled up a grid and it's actually really fun. So let's roll it.
Is there a bunch of random stats in it?
It might be up Bernie's alley. I think it is.
Is it so? Interesting.
You guys can see it? Everybody good?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can close this chat because
Yeah, you should. There's a carrot on the top right.
Bruce Matthews. Clay
Bruce Matthews. Where?
You don't know who that is, Drew?
I'm confused, Bernie. Where?
Well, which team did you play for?
I don't know. You tell me. I got DeMarco Murray right here, but that's going to be high.
So Bruce Matthews was an offensive guard. He was a lineman.
He played for, was it the Titans?
Or
Eagles.
no.
Titans, one team.
Yes, they are one team. What else were they called?
Okay, you're
Oilers.
done.
I don't know if that counts though. I don't know if it counts because of the Oilers.
It's the same franchise.
Yeah.
Or you can save it for later. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
3%. Good
Okay.
man.
Okay.
Raiders, one team. There's the high ones. There's the Crosby. There's the Josh Jacobs. There's Henry Ruggs.
Yeah. Honestly, he might not be that high, to be honest.
Really?
Do you want?
I think he's gonna be high.
Yeah, probably.
Did Ken Stabler ever play for a different team?
Bernie, I don't want to bet on those old quarterbacks if he played.
What about like no.
We're doing put Will Moon
Max
here.
Crosby would be the highest, probably.
Yeah, if you want. Did Moon play for anyone else? Warren Moon? Moon? Yeah.
Couldn't tell you his career.
I'm pretty sure Warren Moon played for the Titans,
Correct.
didn't he?
Who?
Didn't Warren Moon play for the Titans at some point?
That doesn't work. Okay.
That sounds right, honestly, Bernie.
Do you guys have? I got DeMarco Murray here. Is that yay or nay? Oh, or Marcus Mariota. Anyone? Mariota or Murray?
That's probably gonna be a little bit higher than DeMarco Murray, I'd say.
Yeah,
He's
probably
playing now.
DeMarco. I don't know. Either way, either one probably. Okay.
I thought that would have been a lot higher.
Yeah.
Did Hunter Renfrow get to 1,000?
I think
No,
he
but
might
Michael
have.
Crabtree did. Or Amari
Crabtree.
Cooper.
Okay. Who's gonna be lower?
Obviously Adams, obviously.
You think Crabtree?
Who's the...
But yeah, Bernie.
Oh,
Bernie, why are you looking down like that?
my hands in my head. There's a receiver.
Okay.
There's a receiver that played for the Chargers and the Packers. He got traded from the Chargers to the Packers back in the 80s. Played with James Lofton. He did have 1,000-yard receiving season. I think it's
I don't
like
know.
What, Sammy Watkins?
no, it was like Josh Johnson or something like that. Like Joe Johnson maybe.
Joe Johnson is the quarterback that we joke about all the time around this channel.
94.03, Bernie. 89.92.
No.
That's too short.
We
I'll
always
keep
joke
thinking.
about
I'm
Joe
pretty sure his
Johnson.
last name is. Try it with an H. Joe Johnson with an H. Huh? Yeah.
Johnny Johnson?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Put Joe in first as the first name.
Bruh.
Or we could just do like Keenan Allen.
Let me keep thinking. Just let me ponder.
Could just do like Keenan Allen, Mike Williams,
No,
Antonio Gates. We could do I don't know, any of those. We don't need someone from 1942.
yes. Actually, he'd probably be pretty high because he was actually like kind of decent back in the 80s. But just work around it. Let me ponder. Let me just think.
Okay. 1,000-yard receiving. Hopkins just hit it, but I don't know if that's going to count.
Does that be with the team?
AJ Brown works. He's going to be the highest.
AJ Brown.
Julio never did it. He barely even played there.
No.
God, they have had no one besides AJ Brown.
Did they have Andre Johnson? No. Sorry.
Who have they had? I've watched a lot of Titans games. I just don't know anyone really besides the last
How
5
do you think
years
Brown's
with
going to
AJ
be?
Brown. Brown's going to be 80%.
41.
Do you want to do Crabtree? I think that he'll be the lowest out of Crabtree, Cooper, and Adams.
5%. Hey, you're right.
Yeah.
I think Gates. Okay, we'll leave that one for Bernie. He's
Mhm.
cooking.
I feel like there's a kicker somewhere top left.
Ooh, okay. Now we're talking.
Eagles kickers.
So
Jake
it was
Elliott.
Jake Elliott. It's been Jake Elliott for a long time. He's tough.
John Jefferson.
Okay. Good work, Bernie.
What does that say? I can't read that.
2%. 2%.
Okay.
So then we have Chargers only one team, Raiders only one team, Chargers Eagles, and Eagles Raiders.
Eagles Raiders. That's a running back. Amir Abdullah. No, he never played for the Eagles, did he? Corey Clement. No. James White. No. I'm just throwing out.
Jordan Howard.
Yeah. I'm just throwing out running back names.
Okay. Chargers only one team. Has Cameron Dicker played anywhere else?
I don't know.
Dan Fouts played for only the Chargers, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, sure, Bernie. That's 14, 15 years.
Because didn't I not use that in my other grid that I showed you?
I believe. Trust.
Big Trust is right.
Zamir White.
AJ. Do you guys think he has played anywhere else? I can't see it. 29.
No, I don't think so. What percent is that? 0.3.
0.3.
There we go.
Let's go.
Chargers Eagles. Quez Watkins, Zach Pascal. I'm just naming a random player. Backup quarterbacks.
Tyrod Taylor. Marcus Mariota, Raiders and Eagles.
Yeah, that works. What percent is that?
18. Good job. Okay.
Chargers. Asante Samuel, Nick Bosa,
Carson Wentz,
Derwin James, JC Jackson. I don't know. I'm naming a lot.
Eric Kendrick. We can go the linebacker route too. There's Edwards.
I don't know any quarterbacks that really played on the Chargers besides Rivers and
yeah, it's tough. They've had a long-standing history. They've gotten.
Mm-hmm. Is there a running back there?
Eckler, Gordon,
Gainwell, Boston.
Did Sony Michel ever go to the Eagles?
I don't think so.
Ooh, I don't know.
Patriots, Dolphins.
I don't know.
Did Linval Joseph play for?
So Linval Joseph for sure played for the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the years. Okay, he started with Minnesota, right?
I believe so.
It's a lot of years, Bernie.
Well, do you want to do it and then try to go to a different grid?
Yes. Good man. It worked.
Ooh.
2%.
Oh, I thought it was 50. I was like, ooh.
Okay. This was a pretty high grid, actually.
Yeah. Wow. Let's do one that I'm a little better at. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we're talking.
David Johnson's here.
Colts and Vikings. Who do the Vikings?
JJ Watt. JJ Watt's gonna be the highest bottom left.
Definitely.
Could I do David
Probably
Johnson?
pretty high.
Yeah, I'll do David Johnson then. Yeah, you guys just named 2 guys who I know for sure are gonna be 20%. Yeah.
Okay, I need to think now. So Jerry Hughes, bottom middle. Do that.
Jerry Hughes, bottom middle. Yes.
Yeah.
3%. Okay.
1%?
So 3%. Good work.
Okay.
So we know, Bernie, we've done a grid before. I think it was just you and I doing a grid. It was Tampa 3,000 plus passing yards, and there was not many names. It was like Baker, Brady, a couple, and Brady for those couple seasons, and then it was Jameis Winston, and
does it have to be for the Buccaneers?
To be achieved with that team.
Did Fitzpatrick do it?
Yes, I guarantee he's got 3,000. But my point. Okay, so is Fitzpatrick going to be the lowest of the guys we mentioned? Probably.
He's probably still like it's probably gonna be like around 15-20% still. You know,
we'll roll it though because.
Really? Wow.
Because Bernie, if you think Jordan Love got to 4,000 this year, you know what I mean, like in terms of passing, like
that's kind of
we'll just
because he had that one crazy year with the Buccaneers, right?
Yeah,
he was going.
Yeah. Do you want to say Culpepper top right? You got.
Wasn't there a white guy who like it back in the 90s?
Very descriptive, Bernie. For the Buccaneers, you're talking, or Vikings?
Vikings. I'm just trying to remember his name.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
Jared
stuck on
Rhodes, top middle.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be like, I don't know how I forgot about.
Fran Tarkenton, right? Did he ever pass for 3,000?
Who?
Fran Tarkenton.
Bernie, top right. I don't know.
I don't, because he was a pretty big running quarterback, but he was pretty decent for them back in the day. But just hold off for okay.
Nope. Bernie, you come up with a name. You hit it like 90%.
Drew, I don't know how I forgot about Xavier Rhodes. I completely blanked on him, but that works there. It's going to be high, but
It's going to be insane. 43. That's your 40%er.
I need to think for the middle one.
Patrick Peterson could be the top left.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
We can do it. 34.
Buccaneers. God, every time I watch one of these teams on primetime, like any team that's playing on primetime, they call out their lineups, and I'm like, oh, former Colt.
Did David Carr ever play or throw for 3,000?
Probably.
Because isn't he like their? I just don't know.
3,000. Like if he played all 16 games and started all 16, odds are he got 3,000. Right.
You can try it.
Yeah.
Well, I still know a thing or two.
See him.
Oh, I need to think. I should know this. I really should. The Bucks were never like good, ever.
Chase Edmonds.
Oh, that works. Yeah. Okay. I gotta think. Tight end. Dallas Clark never played for the Bucks. Fleener never played for the Bucks. Running backs. Edgerrin James, no.
Oh, Chase
Who's the
McLaughlin.
kicker?
McLaughlin.
Who's the
Yeah,
kicker?
Chase.
Has McLaughlin played for the Bucks?
Yes,
Who's the
yes,
kicker?
he was in
Who's the
fantasy,
current
Jared.
kicker?
The who kicker?
Who's the
This is
current
the
kicker?
Bucks.
Because didn't Matt Gay?
Matt Gay never played for the Bucks,
No,
did
Bernie,
he?
this is it. This is it.
McLaughlin did play for... Okay, awesome.
Yeah, he plays for them
Cool.
right now, Jared.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Okay.
So he was their kicker. He won me fantasy championships.
I didn't know he played there right now. I would have known that 100% easily, but because I pulled him for the Chargers last week, but I didn't know he.
Yeah, yeah. So he
Okay.
was they had
There
him
you
as
go.
kicker this year. That was a good grid. We'll take it. We'll
Mhm.
call it an 9 on 9. Oh.
Greg,
Bernie, there's
Greg
Bernie.
Jennings.
Josh
Bernie-
Sitton. Use Josh Sitton for either the Bears or the Dolphins with the Packers. Because he
Okay.
played for both of them. Do him with the
Bears.
Dolphins, actually.
No, we got
Sitton-
Greg Jennings.
that is Jared knows that's my go-to.
Well, we also have
Nevada-
Adrian Amos for the Bears. We got,
Actually, yeah, doesn't
Nope.
matter.
No, Bernie, that's the lowest one because Greg Jennings is a little higher. They've been a spot for us before. Okay, so then we have the Bears.
Did Devin
we can use
Hey, did
Use
Devin
Reggie
Funchess,
White for the
did
Packers.
Devin
Panthers.
Funchess catch a pass or play a game with you guys?
No.
I'm pretty sure he played. But
Does he-
Reggie White played for the Panthers too.
Well, that's gonna be high. That's gonna be really high.
Is it?
Because Devin Funchess,
Everybody's
he
gonna
signed
say-
with the Colts for 2 years. He got hurt his first year, then he sat out COVID year, then he went to the Packers. I don't know if he ever played for the Packers though.
Sure. Let it rip.
because Julius Peppers is going to be the highest. We know that. No,
Try Reggie White there.
no, let's not. Let's just avoid that square and let's just get
Yeah.
the rest of them. Okay, we have Mercedes Lewis. We have
Amos, St. Brown,
Amos.
Haha, Clinton Dix.
St.
We have
Brown.
Lucas Patrick,
There's so many there.
Robert Tunyon.
Yep.
Okay, I
How would
think
Haha
Lucas.
be?
It's either Haha or Lucas Patrick.
I can go with it.
Okay, 8%.
He also played
All
for the Raiders. Fun fact.
Chargers again? I don't want to think of Chargers.
This story needs Zack.
Yeah,
That's his team.
His team. 50 plus
You could
sacks.
do
it
Reggie White
says?
for the Panthers. The
Okay.
Panthers and the sacks.
Urlacher.
Oh, Ngakwe.
Does he have 50?
He's got to have 50, right?
Brian Urlacher.
7 years?
Is that
a
going to
big
be
number.
higher? Would
You could do
Urlacher
someone
be
like
higher than-
Dick Butkus. Oh, no, they didn't track sacks back then. Never mind.
All right,
Who'd you try?
I put Urlacher in.
Oh, he doesn't have 50?
Yeah,
a
linebacker,
lot.
Jared.
I know he's a linebacker, but I guess they don't blitz him. Okay. Yeah, you could
Did-
put in.
Calais Campbell play for Miami?
Did he?
The Namagan Soup played for them, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a rough one.
Boy, my
Shouldn't-
back kind of hurts.
Okay, buddy.
Really?
I don't know. Bears? Who have the Bears had over the years?
Peterman. Hmm. Nick Foles.
Trubisky never played for the
Money
Chargers.
Mitch. Huh.
Jay Cutler. Matt Forte.
For the Chargers and Bears, you could do Khalil Mack.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
see-
gonna be-
Yeah.
We can do that. And this grid's already kind of a wash.
Washed anyways, yeah.
Holy smokes.
What does that say?
66%.
Yeah.
Panthers Colin.
Luke Kuechly. No, he doesn't fit there. Pinheiro. No, never played for the Chargers. Like a Sam Darnold or something.
Did Melvin Ingram play for the Dolphins and Chargers?
Melvin Ingram just got signed by them.
Hmm.
Not gonna work. Like the thought though.
Dolphins Chargers. I feel like that should be so easy. Did Kenyon Drake not play for the Chargers?
I don't think so.
What? Kyle Van Noy, right? He's starting for them.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Badger? Or is that
no, Jared, you're thinking of Van Ginkel.
Yeah. I am thinking of Van Ginkel.
Chargers. Okay, Panthers.
Julius Peppers.
Chargers, Panthers, Julius Peppers.
I'm out on that one. I couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
This is a wash grid, anyways.
Yep.
What about Trey Turner? Did he play for both?
I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Wash. Do we just want to put someone in and get one of the other ones and call us on the grid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will Greer for the Chargers Panthers. I don't know.
No. All right, let's run one more. Oh, just teams. Okay. Gonna be a little tougher.
Yeah, a little tougher, he says. Bottom middle, Corey Davis.
Do that one.
It's gonna be high, probably, but
wow, I thought it would have been higher. It's only 23.
Okay.
Cole Beasley. Wait, did Beasley? He played for it was Dallas and Buffalo, right? Did he play for Dallas?
I'm pretty sure.
Bernie's face does not look.
I'm not very good with these ones. I need numbers.
Jimmy G.
I think Beasley, because he played forever. I can't spell it.
Yeah.
He also played for Tampa that short time.
You could do Randall Cobb. He would work in there.
Ooh. Now we're talking.
49ers. I don't really know who before like 2018, I couldn't tell you anything about the 49ers besides back in the 90s.
That's going to be a tough row.
I just don't like the Titans. I don't like talking about the Titans. I don't pay attention to them.
It's your division, Jared.
Mm-hmm. And the Packers are on here. Oh, no, that's the Jets. Never mind. Basically the same team. So,
did Robert Woods play for the Bills and the Titans?
You mean Bobby Trees?
Did he play for the Bills?
He definitely played for the Titans, but he's a Texan right now.
Ram at the time too. Okay. Saints. Jarvis Landry. No.
Jared Cook in the middle. No.
Oh. Wait.
Did he play for the Cowboys, or did he just own the Cowboys on the Packers?
I'm not gonna just seeing something here.
Did he play for the Cowboys?
I think he did.
When I remember him beating the Cowboys on the sideline catch.
Oh, that's dumb.
Mhm.
Yeah, my bad. I shouldn't have forced it. So no, he didn't play for them. He owns them.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
Did Robert
Kicker.
Woods start on the Titans?
Did who?
Did Robert Woods start on the Titans? Because he played for the Bills, right?
Robert Woods, did he ever play for the Bills? I know for a fact he
Oh,
played
no.
for the Titans. I mean, obviously he played for the Titans.
Played for the Titans. He played for the Houston. He played for the Rams. Or like the 3 we for sure. Right.
Did he play for the Bills? I don't.
Bernie, you saying send it?
We already got one wrong. You could if you want to, but I won't make you do it.
Sent 13. Good work, King.
He was on there like last year, I thought, wasn't he?
He's a Texan this year. I don't know where he was last year, really, to be honest.
Saints and 49ers are.
Yeah, I don't know. Jimmy Graham, when I look at Saints.
Yep.
What I see.
Carr, Winston.
Oh, we look terrible right now. These are tough grids.
This one especially is going to be low.
Mm-hmm.
Did Willie Snead ever play for the 49ers?
And
The
who?
Saints? I don't know, but because I'm pretty sure he played for the Saints, right?
Got nothing else. There you go.
You just send it. Bernie says it.
Saints, Cowboys. I feel like that's a tight end still. I don't know why I feel like that. It's probably not. I should stop thinking that.
What team is Quan Alexander on right now?
Steelers.
Where did he play last year?
Quan Alexander. He was Quan Alexander. Cardinal?
Wasn't he
I'm thinking of Patrick Peterson.
was he a Jet?
I do not
For
remember.
the 49ers and Jets, you could do Sam Bradford, right?
There's the
yeah.
quarterback. Oh, there's not
What?
a quarterback.
Is he on their roster?
Who?
Oh, Bernie Darnold.
Is it Darnold?
Yeah, Sam Darnold. Yeah.
Dang,
Oh,
all right,
I should have
my
caught
bad.
that. I should have caught
My
that.
bad.
When you said Sam, I was so confused. I'm like, yeah, of course, but then it didn't work.
I was thinking what you were thinking. I was like,
Yeah. My bad. Got my Sam's mixed
okay,
up.
One more. We're not.
One
on
more.
anything, Zach.
Yeah.
Oh, Bernie.
Ooh,
Oh no.
wow. This is ridiculous. Do
Bernie, this is yours.
I'll let you guys ponder for a little bit.
All right,
you guys
Brockington,
ponder.
Bernie.
MVS.
John Brockington was a running back.
Oh, my bad. Okay, sorry.
Let's see. All right, Drew. Many episodes ago, who was the first person to catch a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl game?
Was it Don Hudson?
No. Super Bowl wasn't around back then.
Just do what we normally do. Put like Josh Sitton, because that worked last time and it was like 0.2% or whatever.
Well, I know a ton of people who won Super Bowl championships.
Well, yeah, of
I'm just letting
course.
you guys think of
Bernie,
other
put
things.
the lowest one. Do you want to be
Well, I'm
speedy?
letting you guys throw everything out first. I just want to see how low you guys can get.
Like TJ Lang. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, even like people like Don Beebe, I think, won a Super Bowl, but don't do Don Beebe. I can get lower than Don Beebe. He was pretty big with the Bills.
Okay, so obviously Tony is middle left, but that's going to be 80%. Well, who else is there? What's his name? Richie James is there.
Do Max McGee for the Super Bowl and the Packers.
Sure, we should do Richie James.
Yeah,
1%, Bernie.
1.
Sorry.
Richie James will probably be like 15.
5. even
Nice.
lower. MVS is gonna be so high here.
Yeah, who else is there? MVS, Sammy
Okay,
Watkins.
The sad
why-
thing for the Packers and the
Sammy
passing
Watkins.
thing, the sad thing for the Packers and the passing yards one is that Kurt Warner was on the practice squad for the Packers, but he never played. So
that would have been
What percent is that,
code.
Drew?
14. Meh, not bad.
Well, MVS would be like 90. So
Yep.
let me think about the passing yard one because there's backups who have been on the team. Actually, no, there hasn't been because we've only had 3 quarterbacks last 40 years. Let me think about because it's either between Lynn Dickey and
Oh, wasn't
Don
Lynn Dickey in the
Don
80s, 90s?
Majkowski.
who
What?
was on that Giants Super Bowl team with Eli Manning? Was Tiki Barber on that team? Or is that too late?
We're better off just saying Mario Manningham.
Yeah.
Lynn? I'm trying to think of who's lower for between Lynn Dickey and Don Majkowski. Do Lynn Dickey.
Are you sure he had it, Bernie?
10,000
14
career
years.
passing yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Giants
my
10,000
Packers.
we'll have to think about.
Did Tyrod Taylor ever do it, you think?
Did Wyatt Tittle have it?
Wyatt Tittle.
Y.A. Tittle?
What's his name?
No, it's Y.A. Tittle. Let me don't do it yet. Just let me
Yeah.
I have to think because dude, he played a long time ago.
Bernie.
Let me
So
think.
these
That
bottom
is 16. That's 16 years of career.
Yeah, do it. Do Wyatt Tittle.
3%.
These bottom ones are going to be a high of 10%. As long as we don't choose
No.
Mahomes there, Rodgers in the middle. It's going to be
Just
There's
think
so
of
many
players
players
from
that
your
work.
favorite team.
okay. Super Bowl champ, Pro Bowler.
I mean, you could go back a long
Dallas
way.
Clark. You could do.
It could be anyone, ever. I mean, it could be like a really good player who was on a bunch of Pro Bowls, but then sat the bench on a Super Bowl run for a good team when he was older.
You could do. No, do kickers make the Pro Bowl?
Who's a long snapper, Jared?
Luke Rhodes.
But-
He never made the. He was not a Super Bowl champ.
Hmm.
That was 2006 for us. That was not.
Yeah. Now it's ages ago.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even someone like,
But even if we say Marvin
Antonio
Harrison,
Gates had to. Did Antonio
Right.
Gates make a Pro Bowl ever? Or not Antonio Gates. I think the Steelers. Who made the
Antonio
catch in the back of
Brown?
the end zone?
Antonio Brown. What the-
Antonio
No.
Holmes. Yeah.
Santonio Holmes.
Okay.
Did he ever make a Pro Bowl? I'd assume so, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he did. I really don't because
I don't know, Bernie.
He was a Steeler. He was a great Steeler, but I don't know if he was
Don't put him. We can think of someone better. We can think
even
of someone-
Marvin
I got Bernie.
Harrison.
Just put it.
If you put Marvin Harrison, that would be
Dude.
3% because there's
Jared's
so
right
many
at
teams.
this. Jared, do you know alignment on that? Actually, no. The hard part's the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know about the Pro Bowl. Obviously, Harrison made it. Obviously,
0.3%. Boom.
0.3 for who?
Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
See, they're going to be low.
10,000 yards career passing. Let me. Don Majkowski might have done it. I think.
I don't know about Pro
Do
Bowl.
Don Majkowski. Don and then MAJ.
Are you sure he was a Pro Bowl?
Well, 10,000. Oh, wait. No. Actually, fun fact. He was the runner-up in MVP one year. He did make a Pro Bowl.
Okay.
He was the runner-up in MVP in
0.10.
Yes.
Pro Bowl,
Okay.
Kansas City. Who wants to send us home?
Kofi!
Okay.
Didn't who was the 49ers quarterback that went to the Chiefs?
Alex Smith.
No. Before that.
What if we just said Creed Humphrey?
Well, who
What
was
if we just said Tyreek Hill?
Who was the 49ers quarterback that threw to Jay Rice, the first one? I'm having a brain fart. Before Steve Young.
Joe Montana?
Joe Montana.
Because he went to the Chiefs after the 49ers.
Yeah, but he's gonna be high, right?
Did they have to
do
get
people
Pro Bowl
have
with that
great?
team?
Pro
Pro Bowl must achieve with that team.
with
Oh.
the team?
Yeah. So now you're betting on him getting a Pro Bowl there, Bernie.
There's so many people that we could do to make this immaculate easily with a low percentage.
I think you could do Joe Montana. I think he made it.
Bernie's gambling. Look at this. He is 21, so it's okay. Oh, sure
Okay.
enough.
Whoa, what percent?
1%.
What was our percentage? then?
Rarity score 33.
What was our highest percent?
Watkins.
I could have gotten that lower.
MVS was
Who else?
71.
Yeah, see. Tom Brady,
There you go.
yeah. Like, yeah. That's a
There
W.
it is. This was an easy grade, of course, percent-wise, but we did well.
Mhm.
I'm trying to stop sharing my screen, but it's not working.
Bernie, I will be
There you
playing Pokemon later tonight. Don't worry.
Confirmed.
I understand. You guys weren't familiar with my game on the grids.
No,
Bernie, we knew
weren't.
your game. We respect your game. You are
I'm
Mr.
sorry, I
Cookie.
wasn't familiar with your
You're
game.
the Cookie Monster.
I like
Cookie
the best part of
McGee.
that clip. The best part of that clip is Drew and I both just go, Cookie?
Hoping for good week of playoffs, Bernie. Keep it up in your you doing your track
gotcha.
thing and your grid thing, and
Whenever we need an old player, call up Bernie.
phone
It's
a
like a
friend.
hotline.
Yes. All right, that's gonna wrap it up here for Bernie Vandenheuvel, Jared Valesky, myself, Drew Skyberg here on this Wednesday night. Thank you all for listening to the episode of Drew Sports Crew, the Journey to Million, the perfect podcast for you.